Hello, everybody. So to give a little pretext to this video, I've always been really fascinated by people who can tell stories really well, and I've always wanted to be good at that. So, as a bit of practice, I've decided to start making these videos where I tell some stories I have, in order to practice that and to hopefully entertain y'all. So, I'm gonna start off with a story, where I genuinely believe I could have been kidnapped. If I did a couple things differently, I really think I would have been. I, of course, can't say for certain because it didn't happen, but I really I think there was a big chance there. I think I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, to give you a little context, my dad does not live in the same town as me. He lives about 3 hours away, and his city really isn't formatted like the average city, I guess. I don't know if that's the best way to put that, but it has the city area and downtown business, all that stuff, and then surrounding that is about a 20-mile radius, 25-mile radius of just nothing. There's some houses here and there, but it's pretty much just nothing. And then there's a lake. So if you live in the city, you pretty much live on the lake or in the city. My dad lives on the lake. So once I get into his city, I have to drive about 25 minutes to get to his house. 25 minutes of just unregulated, no street lights, dangerously high speed limits. So these are like some twisty turvy mountain roads, and they're like 65 miles an hour there. So it's some driving. It's not just stop and go stuff. It's 25 minutes of straight driving, with very few houses, very no stores or anything. It's just a road. So on the way up there, with about an hour left in my drive, I hit some pretty heavy traffic. In about 2 hours, we moved maybe a mile, so I was pretty much just sitting there for a good 2 hours, and that put my trip into where I was arriving pretty late. I think I was about 25 minutes. I got on the road that I'm talking about to my dad's at about 9:30, 9:45, 9:30. So my phone was also dead because like the little cigarette fuse lighter thing had gone out recently earlier that week. So I couldn't charge my phone. I was only prepared for a 3-hour drive, not a 6-hour one. So I make my way onto the road that I'm talking about. The 25 minutes of just nothing. And about 15 minutes into it, I see this car pulled over to the side of the road, and it's not really pulled over like you would pull over a car normally. It was about halfway into the ditch and halfway on the road, kind of at an angle, leaning into the ditch. The driver's side door was open, and behind it was a person laying down. I couldn't make out if it was a male or female. They were just laying there. They weren't moving. They were just laying there motionless. And I remember very vividly there was no one else in the car. The lights were on since the door was open. There were no tinted windows. I could very easily see that the car was empty and no one else was around it, just that person behind the car. So I drive past and I'm thinking, I might want to go check that out. Someone might be hurt. Something might have gone bad. So I look for a driveway again. There's not much out here, so it takes me about 5 or 6 minutes to find somewhere to pull and turn around. So it's about 10 minutes from when I first saw it before I get back to see the car again. And by the time I get back, I see three hooded people. They look like men, but I couldn't make out anything. It's super dark. There's no lights. All I was getting was the light from my car and the light from the car, like the interior lights from the car with the doors open. There was no longer a person laying behind the car. It was just three people moving around a car, kind of like they were collecting stuff almost. And as I was driving past, they all it was like surreal, like simultaneously looked up and just stared at me. My windows are tinted and it was dark, so I don't think they could really see me, but they were like staring down my car. Like it was like one of those scenes in a movie where someone's not supposed to be in a neighborhood and they're like looking them down really hard. That's what it felt like. They were staring me down. So again, I keep going. I almost rolled down my window just to check on anything, but I was like, no, this doesn't seem right. It didn't seem right to me. So I kept going, I found another driveway to pull around with, and by the time I got back to where the car was, it was gone. Nobody was left. The car was completely gone, and I didn't see it again for the entire time that I drove. I kind of sped up a little bit to see if I could catch up to it. I didn't see it. So my best guess would be that the guy or girl, whatever it was, behind the car was laying there to kind of entice somebody into checking it out, seeing if someone was okay. And maybe the two other people would have rushed them, or maybe there was 3 people in total, and that other dude just left. I don't know, but I just know that there was 3 people in total that I saw when I got back, and the guy was not laying behind the car anymore. So I'm guessing it was like a 3-man team, and they were planning to rush somebody as they came in to help. Again, that's pretty much just speculation, but I mean, what else would you be doing? It just adds up a little too much to not seem that way. And I tried to go through anything else that I could logically go through. You know, I was thinking maybe he was looking for something under his car, but he was like purely motionless. You know, there was no, you know, like in a push-up position where you're looking under and like scanning underneath the car. He was just laying there with his face in the ground. You know, I could not see anybody around the car the first time. There was 100% nobody in the car, at least sitting up so people could see them. So I really feel like that was some sort of scheme to try to ambush somebody and kidnap them or whatever. Just do something to them, I have to imagine. But yeah, that kind of freaked me out. I'm already kind of skeptical about helping people that I don't know, and that just solidified it more. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm underthinking it. But yeah, if you like this type of video, let me know. Like and subscribe. You know, it really helps me out. It really helps me know that people like these types of videos and are seeing them. So yeah, if you have any stories like this, leave them in the comments. I'd love to read them. That's all I have. Bye.